Okay, on neurotic nuclear family model series, the community level. This is the second video. The first one was more personal level and neurotic nuclear family into community. Now we're in community lecture. Short lecture here. The next one, number 3 in the series, will be regulator level. So firstly, to lead into this second video in the series from the first inextricably, so in reverse lecture reference to neurotic nuclear family model personal level video, don't do what your neurotic parents tell you. They're often very culturally bound. Follow your heart, listen to your mind. What do you think when you experience being an accountant, or what do you think, whatever. Walk outside the illusionary lines. You can even push for new syllabus and curriculum, if you're a uni student like me. I complain all the time. That's feedback, implementing the bottom-up feedback. Grow food, not lawns. All tend to it as they can, all help you get it. Like, everybody helps. Maybe you're around today for the plant on 52nd Street. Maybe tomorrow I walk past and see it needs water. Our, say, apple tree community plant or plants, whatever. Let's create Eden here, the Garden of Eden here, and now bring heavenly earth about. Create the Garden of Eden rather than expecting it to be brought to us after some illusionary body death. So communication is important. Now, if you take one of the most ailment combative substances, which also happens to be fun imaginative tool psychedelic cannabis, then you tolerate my being high. For a good example, if you're not high, increased tolerance is a big part of this. So tolerate me when I'm high, and there's nothing much to tolerate. I'm smarter when I'm high, actually. Boundary dissolution here, post-time wave in maximum novelty land, aka the official future. I refer to the Mackennian time wave, post-time wave, and here I have given a perfect example for most, if not all, whom would not tolerate and be weird about me being high, ripped, or stoned on cannabis are the brainwashed ones, acting on indirect experience rather than direct experience. Cultural propaganda, corporate propaganda forms as far back as the DuPont surround scandals and reefer madness video propaganda, the 1920s and 1930s. These are the ones, that's their level of consciousness, 1930s consciousness then. The latest research on cannabis shows its myriad healing. These are the ones, and human symbiont. These are the ones who don't even know it's a human symbiont herb and can quite honestly be said to be good for you in the same way as you say oranges are good for you for their purpose. But with cannabis, it's many, many purposes, exasperating the point completely. Perfect. No rebuttal. Because there's new delicate research suggesting cannabis fights HIV, cancer, and a long list of ailments. See my cure right under your nose. Video on YouTube in my playlist under Benjam C3. Benjam C3. My name's Benjamin Kallenberg from ConsciousAzine.com. So if this person was in some neurotic family model, they would likely just be the indirect Inquisition or Chinese whisper conclusion type, that I smoke weed rather than approaching me and getting to know and communicate with me, assume I'm bad news firstly before they do that, and their child shouldn't interact with my child. And usually at all costs with some of these people, and thus creating illusionary boundaries. This is neurotic behavior. Now, of course, there's an expansive, creative, loving, sharing, caring, oneness, diversity, meaning, and aspectual nature to this. That's why in the first video of this series I had the faces in the generic nuclear family picture blurred out, implying sameness, smaller, harder, grayer, denser realityness. That's also part of the neurosis of that model, which is what we are, and this is about world unification and boundary dissolution, which is what we are trying to escape out of, those little denser reality type models. The universe is infinite and abundant, and we are not getting there quicker with some of you people in neurotic states, such as the ones I've mentioned just previously. in those identification models. It's about identifying with them. They can exist to some extent, but identifying them, and we do need to move beyond them and transcend them. Which hinders the larger progress, these little models, analogously creating mind barriers, and these are as real as the beholder when the neurotic, is identified with them. So, and shapes their whole lives around this kind of hindering flow. We want to maximize flow between cells of humanity, not shut that's you and me, we're cells of humanity, not shut the doors on connectivity's progress. That is called battling the stream, the great river flow of heavenly universal light entropy itself. I ask you to succumb to the flow sooner rather than later for your own benefit, for what benefits the larger at this state of connectivity we have today for sure, can even immediately affect all of the other cells in humanity, which you're part of. So stop stemming the flow from your unit into the larger space, rather than channeling like all of your energy into a corporate. Try doing that for humanity at large on the internet, say, something akin to Wikipedia or consciousZine.com, where I'm from, which I've created. This is sorely being sought after by millions, so there's plenty to go around, folks. Plenty of people yearning. Some people just aren't letting themselves see it, I think. They're caught in some corporate delusion. This is the community level, so this is where I should say that, and you should look at my social detritus, corporacy detritus video. Again, where the plant hallucinogens come into the picture is here to help personal ego dissolution and unidentification of things like corporate and your bloodline. And you're a human, you're not your job title, your wallet contents, and this and that. Psychedelics for the Inscension Ascension to heal your neurosis. Psilocybin cubensis gold top magic mushroom at 5 grams is perfect. Cannabis, even just eaten, not even smoked, will also do the job, and sometimes only one session is needed by these people who seem to me to be total self-spiritual, soul-souled inepts. So we need to work together in community.